Good evening, everybody. We got here another 1v1 on Arabia, and it is between Slam in the blue and ACCM playing in the yellow. Let's get right into it. So, Slam is playing as the Vietnamese, very strong anti-archer civilization. I emphasize anti-archer because, of course, playing against him in the yellow, ACCM is playing as the Britons, the complete archer civilization. So right off the bat, you do give a slight advantage to the Vietnamese player. Rattan archers come out, Imperial skirmishers come out. Very difficult for British longbows, arbs, whatever it might be, to negate that. The one thing the British do have is very strong champions, so that might be an option moving forward for ACCM. If not, we'll see. Players right now just bringing in their boars, and one thing to note right off the bat, my goodness, Slam is open on the front. He will definitely need to play aggressive, wide open on the front. ACCM not too bad, fairly easy wall off. He's already started to wall off to protect those berries, and he can get across here pretty quick. Just a quick little wall here, and he's pretty much good to go at that point. Whereas Slam, that is a long wall if he does plan to do that. And he is starting to do it with some houses, barracks already up. Fairly early for a barracks. He is drushing, so is ACCM. Both players at this point in time are looking to scout the others. Of course, the Vietnamese bonus is that you do see the starting town centers of the enemy. So that is just gives that little bit of extra time where Slam will feel confident that he knows exactly where he needs to go. He's not wasting his time running around this side of the map. He has already scouted out the wood line and knows a little bit of the map of the enemy. In the meantime, we do see a couple militia running around trying to make their way, and Slam does negate the quick walls. The militia are in. This is massive. A villager immediately goes down. And look at this wasted time on the wood line. That is a fantastic drush already making it worth his while. Meanwhile, the drush of ACCM, only 2 militia going forward, and we do see one was already injured by the lion that attacked them in the desert. If caught out, though, some villagers will get at least some wasted time, if not a full vill kill. And deciding to engage with the villagers just to ensure that this one can make it out. Slam able to defend a little bit better than ACCM at that point in time. And we do see Slam is now at a 2 villager lead. That is massive. But second up to the next age, and he is getting attacked once again by the drush. He will lose his scout by the town center fire, and he is still in the dark age, trying to cause as much damage with this drush as he possibly can. And in the meantime, already 69% of the way up, we do have ACCM. Playing as the Britons, we do expect to have an archery range dropped pretty quick here. Already putting 4 villagers on gold, so that will ensure 1 archery range production will be safe. And he even makes an extra man-at-arms or militia to just add a little bit of pressure to the enemy. So now Slam, being a little bit slower up, is very open still on the front. He is close to walling into the berries if he chooses to, but still open on this wood line on this gold. Archers can cause quite a bit of damage there, but we'll see exactly when those archers come out. He will have an archery range up by the time Slam is even in the feudal age. So ACCM, he did lose the initial villager. That did cause quite a bit of a setback, but he is catching up on villager counts. Only 1 villager behind at this point in time, and now 0 villagers behind as they both hit the next age. We've seen both players be delayed quite a bit, and an archery range coming out immediately for Slam. Of course, with Slam playing as the Vietnamese, he knows there's going to be archers coming out. I will expect some skirmishers being thrown in with the archers. Of course, archers doing a very good job in attacking villagers, but against other archers, skirmishers do have the advantage. And these militia just causing damage on the mill. Will eventually take it out, but will be pretty easy for Slam to just send some militia back. And bit of a mistake. Good. He runs away with the scout, so he does not lose his scout to this drush that is virtually useless at this point in time. Instead, ACCM moving forward with 3 archers already, and that 3 archers plus these militia will be able to take out the army that Slam has on the field. Slam, knowing that there are archers coming, he will have to flee from the berries right now, as these archers will be able to take out quite a bit of damage. In deciding to engage right now, the militia of ACCM will fall, and we do see Slam getting a bit of a military advantage. He now has 6 to ACCM's 5. However, 2 of those are militia, fairly useless at this point in time, and will get weaker and weaker as the upgrades come in for both of the archer players. Villager counts, ACCM actually has a slight lead, and we'll see if he can push that advantage as Slam is double walling his entire base. Look at all of the villagers spending time walling as he knows ACCM is playing aggressive. ACCM already getting fletching in, and it is already in for Slam as well. So the upgrades will be even between the 2 archer civilizations, and both players deciding to wall in, playing it very safe up till this point, and we'll see how the economies can boom up and see what is next, because it looks like Slam, as the Vietnamese, is moving to stone. Obviously stone, once you get a castle up, those rattan archers so strong, as mentioned before, against any archer skirmisher civilization. And now these archers will be able to range some of the berries, however, will not be able to get many picks, I don't believe, as there is the army of Slam that will be coming in from behind. +1 defense coming in for Slam, and that will give him a little bit of an edge, especially with a couple of skirmishers mixed into this, but he does have a military disadvantage as far as numbers of archer units goes. So ACCM, a little bit of a mess with the micro right now. Slam being able to out micro, letting those skirmishers sit and accept fire while he moves the archers around behind, and the entire archer army having to run back for ACCM as he is getting overwhelmed on the front. Taking a quick look at resources, ACCM does have almost 500 food floating right now, whereas Slam deciding to go for the wheelbarrow upgrade, obviously that costing quite a bit of food, but will take a little bit longer, will make his villagers much more efficient, and both of these players at this point in time fully walled in will be looking to go up to the next age. Looks like ACCM will be first up to the castle age, and he has now clicked up. He will be moving up shortly. In the meantime, Slam still not close to clicking up, still looking to press a military advantage as much as possible. And when we look at the military numbers, they are very even as far as count of archers. And good job here from ACCM. These archers were pretty much gone, so he's led these other skirmishers on a wild goose chase all the way around the map, just distracting, as he is going up to the next age, just out of range of the Vietnamese archers for Slam. and his wood is safe. Lucky for him, if that was maybe one row of trees shorter, he would be ranged by these archers. Eventually, of course, those archers will be able to range the wood line, and luckily, ACCM does have a safe wood line in the back as his second archery range is going up, and he now has 9 villagers collecting gold. Both players are on their way up to the next age. Don't like the idea to engage for ACCM. Obviously would like him to wait just that little bit longer until he got the Castle Age upgrades. He does fight back Slam's current military aggression, but how long can it last? That is the question. Slam only on the 1 archery range right now, and ACCM on 2, immediately getting crossbows, immediately getting bodkin arrow, and getting a wood upgrade as well. And of course, playing as the Britons, getting that cheap town center down as soon as possible. Very good to see, so he doesn't fall super far behind when it comes to his economy. And there go the archers. They will move out. Crossbow will come in just in time to engage against Slam's army. See how much damage he can do before Slam gets the next age upgrades. Slam, of course, trying to salvage as much as he possibly can out, but the military numbers are starting to swing for the Briton player. Taking a look at Slam's resources, when he does hit the next age, he will be able to get a castle up fairly quick. Obviously, collecting with 3 villagers, he is almost at the number he needs, and he decides to buy the last little bit of stone. He will drop it at home, make sure that it gets up as soon as possible, and make sure that it gets up safely. A forward-ish siege workshop coming forward for the British player, and that is going to cause a little bit of pressure, but this castle will be able to protect the westernmost side of the economy of Slam as he drops a second TC as well. Just the 2 TCs for him. 3rd town center going up for ACCM. And if we take a look at the Fog of War, ACCM has been able to see that castle get placed, so he knows what to expect. Slam already putting out Rattan archers. These archers so strong, very, very good anti-archers, and even with the British crossbowmen coming in with these 2 town centers, the villagers will be pretty much protected, especially with this choke point in between, being forced to get the crossbows to walk between the 2 town centers. The one thing to note is the mangonels for ACCM and a scorpion. It will be difficult to engage against the siege currently. For Slam, he will not want to engage too much with his Rattan archers. Probably going to look for some sort of melee attack to take out the siege. And woo, friendly fire. Talk about a big mistake. 4 crossbows get killed, and look at how weak some of these other ones are because of a rogue mangonel shot. Big mistake there, as we do see more Rattan archers coming in, and 3 town centers now for both players. And then when we take a look, archery range numbers, Slam still looking to just build archers out of his castle. They do have this +5 pierce armor, which of course is going to be very strong against the 5+2 attack of the crossbows at this point in time. Some siege coming out in defense for Slam, but right now he is getting pushed pretty hard. He is having to fall back into his little area, but he did wall out a bit smartly, walling all the way out here so that he does have enough space. He can fall back for quite a ways and still have safe wood lines, still have safe gold, still have safe farms.
Briton?
And now we are looking at 3 mangonels with British crossbowmen moving forward. very difficult to engage against this when you have only Rattan archers. The archers, of course, outranged by 2 currently for the mangonels, but they will be getting Bodkin Arrow pretty shortly. That will give them a little bit of a range upgrade. But for now, deciding to bide his time, 2 mangonels sitting in the siege workshop. They will be coming forward, hoping to get a good exchange for these mangonels. And just building outposts all over. ACCM doing a good job placing crossbowmen all over the map, making sure that Slam isn't sneaking out, but instead where he goes is the one spot where ACCM does not have army, and that is on the other side, the western side of the map. Now these Rattan archers are not able to engage as of yet against this many crossbows and skirmishers, but it will not be long, and here we go. This little distraction of the army will allow for Slam to get up his second castle, and he will really start producing out of those castles shortly. 1-for-1 trade for the mangonels. That evens out. I think Slam will be happy with that, just taking out what he can for now, and of course ACCM being okay with that as well, since he does have 3 more way back here. Name of the game right now for Slam is buying time, get the second castle up, get as much of an advantage as he can, but I don't think he realizes just how much of an economic advantage ACCM has. 4 town centers now. Of course, British having such a cheap town center with the cheap wood costs, giving them that little bit of an advantage when looking to boom. And it looks to me like he is saving up to the Imperial Age. ACCM looking to keep whatever advantage he has right now and press it home as quickly as possible before these become elite Rattan archers and before he can completely get overrun. He does have the resources now for the upgrade. He will be coming forward with a castle, and he is now clicked up to the Imperial Age, and this is the time where Slam needs to engage, and he needs to get some good engagements in which he can demoralize and destroy the army of ACCM. Of course, the difficulty being engaging with these 2 mangonels on either side. You will see how the mangonel micro goes, both of them taking quite a bit of a shot, and Rattan archers looking to micro down that second mangonel as much as possible, as ACCM will repair his mangonel and drop a castle of his own. Once that castle comes in, obviously getting the next upgrade will be great to see, and this mangonel does go down. That's great micro for Slam, able to negate a little bit of the advantage, but ACCM still having the advantage overall. Slam now saving his way up to the Imperial Age. He knows that something's going on. He knows that ACCM will be up to the Imperial Age first. So Slam has completely stopped all production. He will be looking to engage as soon as he can, but he will not be able to engage against an Imperial Age army with just his small group of Rattan archers. With this hill advantage, it will make a big difference. These mangonels will go down. 2 mangonels go down. This one for Slam will get repaired. Rattan archers are on the hill. Mangonel is on the hill being repaired. It is on top of the hill, so of course that gives such a big advantage, and there we go. All of a sudden, massive shot from Slam. This is what we're talking about. Now we're at a point where, sure, ACCM is first up to the Imperial Age, but look at the advantage that Slam has. One thing he will fall behind on immediately, though: Trebuchet Wars. Once he gets the Imperial Age, he will be able to produce 3 trebuchets at a time, but he will be falling behind on this hilltop castle for the first trebuchet that comes out for ACCM. And now, of course, this castle will go up for sure with the defense of the Imperial Age army. The Imperial Age army, I say, however, not really getting the Imperial Age upgrades yet on his military. Instead, going for capped ram ACCM is trying to take out this castle before Slam gets to the next age, but Slam will likely keep that up until he hits the Imperial Age. Smart move of ACCM to collect some of this stone. That will be useful when he decides to repair later on, but this could be disaster for Slam. Meanwhile, he is moving over. His entire army is on this side of the castle, and the entire army of ACCM is going over to the western side. Smart of Slam to build that town center for defense. He will be able to garrison that, protect these villagers for now until they can send more help. And in the meantime, he is sitting underneath the town center, both of these players trying to take out the economy as much as possible. Biggest difference is 5+5 range right now, 4+2 only for the Rattan archers. And we do see a little bit of an advantage right now starting to grow for the British player. He has 3 trebuchets taking out the castles, and without the castles, Slam will be unable to produce Rattan archers more than he already has. Deciding to make his way into the back of the enemy base. ACCM, not sure what exactly is being attacked here. Mining camp was the choice. And ACCM will look to move some of his villagers out and expand his economy as much as possible. And ACCM, very safe castle here that will protect the gold and it will protect the farms, but more importantly, it will prevent these Rattan archers from running all the way into the back of ACCM's base. First castle on the hill has gone down already. Second castle is about to go down as Slam is out of stone, and it looks like the push in the middle is just too much. 4 trebuchets right now, capped rams at all as well, and just Rattan archers unable to engage against this army of skirms, trebs, and capped rams. Another castle being dropped on the front, and these Rattan archers in the back of ACCM's base, they will be able to clean up these skirmishers. Such a strong unit, especially with that 4+4 armor. Able to take out the skirms, but ACCM building up his advantage as much as possible. As the last castle has now gone down for Slam. Another castle is on his base. Town center in the middle is going up. It looks like this might be the end. And is that it? We will have to see. ACCM's villager count 25 higher than what Slam has right now. But Slam, good call bringing out a bombard cannon. I do like that idea against trebuchets, so strong, able to take them out. There is 4 trebuchets that have gone down to this cap ram and this bombard cannon. Trebuchet able to take out the bombard cannon, and just 1 trebuchet left. But Slam, he does not have another castle to build, and only the 2 town centers producing any villagers right now. Lots of idle villagers all over the place. Actually, lots of idle villagers for both players. And Slam, because his last-ditch effort in the back of ACCM's base does not play out, he does decide to call the GG. And that just goes to show, you know, we see a matchup of Vietnamese versus Britons. We see Slam versus ACCM. They're both fantastic players, but it's all about pushing your advantages where you can. And ACCM did a phenomenal job pushing his advantage against a civilization that could typically get the Civ win.